Hi everyone, I'm Megan and this is Beguiled by Books, a community of book lovers and word nerds. Today we're talking about what it means to read for mental clarity. Let's get started. Have you reached a point where you feel like your screens are starting to drain your focus? Me too. And while I appreciate you being here on YouTube watching this lovely video or social media or wherever you have found me, screens can be detrimental to our mental health and wellness. They are literally rewriting our brains as we doom scroll and watch shorter and shorter clips, and we lose our ability to think critically and think long term and problem solve. Books, however, they do the opposite. Books strengthen our memories, they help us with our empathy and our critical thinking skills. So when you're starting to feel overwhelmed, stressed out, or you just can't seem to put social media down and you're just going through the videos, this might be a really good video to help you reset. So, how do we move from mindless scrolling to mindful reading? First, we have to put the offenders in a different room. Put your iPad, your phone, whatever device is distracting you, put it in a different room. Or if you can't move it because it's a gaming console or something like that, find a cozy nook or somewhere away from devices where you can read comfortably. Don't bring your phone with you. Don't have that temptation near you. Full on, put it in a different space so you can really disconnect from that device. Second, try active reader mode. It's like active listening, but for reading. Instead of just racing through a book trying to get it done because you wanted to read 100 books this year, slow down, try highlighting or taking a couple of notes or just writing some quotes that you found inspirational or powerful or entertaining. Whatever that is, to take a little bit longer and slow your reading process down intentionally. That will help your brain get back to what it's meant to do, which is absorb and process rather than be bombarded with information all the time. Third, connect your book or your reading to your life. Try in a notebook writing down what a passage means to you, how you relate to one of the characters, or why you don't relate to one of the characters. Maybe you want to write about why you absolutely can't stand the book you're reading and you're going to DNF it. Either way, whatever you choose, try something that aligns your thought process with whatever book you're choosing to read. Now, not all books are equal in terms of this slowing down and contemplating what you're reading. If you want to dive into a book and completely escape and you want a full-on fantasy world, that's wonderful, but that's not the contemplative type of book we're really looking for bookish clarity and wellness. The types of books you want to read or you want to think about reading are what I call contemplative fiction. So they're a little slower. They probably have some bigger themes in them. Think grief or death or love, big love, long-term love. A book like Shark Heart would be a really good one because it's about different types of love across generations and across people. It's really beautiful. You also might like Remarkably Bright Creatures or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, these quiet but powerful books that lead the reader on a journey. And you really build that empathy and you think, well, what if the character did this? Or how would I feel if I were in Addie LaRue's position? Very cool books to really think, but they're still super enjoyable as books and works of fiction. And so you won't be stuck with a stodgy, boring, dry book trying to contemplate it. It's still a really good story. Another genre of book you might be interested in for this contemplative type of reading is nature writing. Y'all know I love a good book about nature. So think Entangled Life by Merlin Sheldrake, The Comfort of Crows by Margaret Rinkle. There's anything by Robin Wall Kimmerer, like Braiding Sweetgrass or The Serviceberry. All of those are great books, and they're about nature. And because of the subject matter, those books are naturally quite relaxing and comforting, but they're also learning and they're well done. They're not science heavy books, they're stories about nature. Really great genre if you want to try this. Finally, you can always do something like short stories, essays, or even poetry books. Check out Mary Oliver. Check out a childhood poetry favorite like Shel Silverstein. Good old classic like Emily Dickinson. There are so many great types of books out there that you can read that will allow you to pause after each poem or after each story and think and absorb and be present with that story rather than just finishing a page and picking up your phone and getting on Instagram. So try those and try reading with a journal nearby or with some way of being able to feel comfortable staring off into space and thinking for a little while. That's really what the goal is. A fun little tip slash trick is to try and match a book with your mood. For example, if you're feeling overly anxious, try a nature book. It will help you slow down. It will help you embrace nature. And regardless of where you are, you can get somewhere and see a tree or a patch of grass or a plant in your house and really try and get some of that nature in your life that will help you reset your presence and calm that anxiety. If you're feeling uninspired, maybe kind of bored in creative rut, try something like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's old and it was never meant for public consumption. It was Marcus Aurelius's journal. So by reading some of the passages in Meditations, you can see that this big emperor who left a big mark on history is just like you and me. He dealt with the same types of things we do, and that will help put your life in perspective and hopefully inspire you a little bit more because everyone's human and we all go through the same experiences. Through these methods and these intentions, reading becomes more than just entertainment. It becomes a tool for mental clarity. While books can work wonders, your environment does matter. So remember, I said put your phone in a different room, put yourself in a different room if you can't escape the devices that are distracting you, like your gaming consoles or your desktop PC or whatever you're working on. Try separating yourself from the distraction or separating the distraction from your person. If you have the means and ability, try curating your space as well. Get your physical books, your comfy, cozy blankets, maybe your cat or your dog or whatever pet or companion of your choice, and just really sink into your space and know that you've blocked out some time for yourself to be in this room, in this space, to read and to reflect and to slow down. Very intentional. Another key element in your environment is being able to detox from the digital world. And what I mean by that is where you normally keep your phone during the day or at night when you're relaxing, try replacing that phone spot with a book. So if you have an end table next to your favorite chair in the living room, put your favorite book on there to read rather than your phone. If you sleep with your phone next to your bed, try sticking a book next to your bed as well. So you pick up the book rather than pick up a screen and start scrolling before bed. We all know from our favorite book, Why We Sleep, one look at a blue light screen can reset your whole entire circadian rhythm for the night. So we definitely don't want to do that. Pick up a physical book and try doing that instead of scrolling. Another part of your environment is a community connection. If you are extroverted and you like being around people, or you just want to share this piece of yourself with others who have the same interest, try going to your local bookstore and joining a book club if they host one. Maybe a group in your area has book clubs. Unrelated, there are craft brewing book clubs, there are running book clubs, there are all different types of intersections for your hobby plus books. So it makes it really fun. You'll find a lot of new fun people in your common spaces to be able to share this with. Now it's your turn. Tell me stuff. I want to know what books you go to when you're feeling scattered or overwhelmed or just the world is too much. What calms you down? How do you find that retreat? Drop me a comment. I'm always curious to see what y'all have to say. Always happy to have these tips in future videos too, so you never know when your tip might be in one of my videos. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, got something out of it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you're updated every time I post a video. And until next time, happy reading, and I hope you have a great day.